They're a fucking vegetable, dude. I cannot, dude. That's gonna be the episode title. You realize that? That you think green beans are a fruit?
Botanically speaking, green beans are fruits.
No, they're not. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Average AF Podcast. Appreciate you being here. I am your host, Adam McElroy, and we have a fill-in co-host today, Mr. Jeremiah Johnson. The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, and I had the decency to not have holes in my socks
Wow.
this time, like I did last time I was on the podcast.
Yeah, you got to keep these mics, like, you know, dick level to your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, man. Thank you for filling in. Just so you guys know, Baker kind of had some personal stuff come up, so he wasn't able to do the show this week. If you see this, definitely send him a message, wish him well, and all that. Everything's good, but, you know, I'll let him share that if he chooses to. But, yeah, he'll be back next week. But, yeah, we are filling in with my fellow, TG gang member.
I'm happy to be here.
T-Dub-G. You ready for this?
T-Dub-G.
T-Dub-G.
PUBG. I think I know of that.
Yeah? What is it?
PUBG?
No.
Yeah.
No. That is a thing, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it is a thing.
It is, yeah, but
it's
no.
not a thing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It is a thing.
But actually in this case you are wrong. Because I'm doing T-Dub-G.
T-Dub-G.
Which is T-G-G. You ready for this?
All right.
Tooth Gap Gang.
Ooh.
What up, son? Hey!
Shun.
That's what I'm talking about. Check out the Patreon for our new podcast called Tooth Gap Gang.
Tooth Gap Gang. I like it.
Yeah, I thought of that like an hour ago, and I was like, I have to say this.
Gonna say that.
I have to say it. Yeah, but thank you for filling in. If you guys don't know yet, which you should know, but we kind of did like a surprise kind of random merch drop. We got some Average AF box logo hoodies, tees, and basically if you guys are familiar with Supreme, the skate brand, they're famous for like the red background, red box basically with the white Supreme lettering.
Famous.
Yeah, we did that, but with Average AF. So if you can't afford a $300 hoodie, we understand. Get yourself an Average AF one. Let the people know what's up. All that shit is in the description. We are recording this last minute as well, so thank you for coming over.
Yeah, no problem.
It is 11:15 p.m. on a Sunday night.
It's 2:59.
Whatever. Well, now that's going to be all bad. That's going to be all bad.
Yeah.
Because eventually we're going to get into hour 20 then.
Yeah.
And 30 and 40 and 60.
Military time.
That doesn't.
Some of them.
Yeah, I mean. Oh, my God. World is crazy right now. I wanted to tell you about the Kanye stuff.
Okay.
So as of today, so you kind of know what's going on with Kanye, right? Like a little bit. Kanye, Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's handling the breakup extremely well and healthy. Yeah.
Yes. He's a very balanced human being.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, Pete Davidson's trying to be like, hey, bro, like, it's cool, man. Relax.
I gotta say, at this point, doesn't Kanye hold, like, the record for dating Kim? So, like, why are you even upset?
Yeah, and you got kids with her.
Yeah.
Like, you won, dude.
Like, her one
and
marriage...
now you have your freedom back?
Her one marriage lasted, like, 2 months. So, like, you know, throw in the towel,
you're doing
retire.
Pretty good. Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
It's all right.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, you can't even really be upset that I guess consensus-wise, not necessarily my belief, but consensus-wise, the hottest person on the planet broke up with you. It's like, yeah, you might not be on that level.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you had a good run, dude. You had a good run. Especially after what Ray J did to her. I mean,
it's
congrats, bro.
right.
You made it.
Everybody's got to retire.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's taking everything extremely well. Pete's trying to be cool about it, but did you hear he's calling him Skeet? He's calling him
Kanye's calling Pete Skeet.
Yeah, Skeet Davidson.
Skeet Davison.
He actually released a music video.
Am I the only one that thinks that's a cool nickname?
Yeah, it's dope. But he released a music video with the game, Kanye did. And, like, it's all about, like, I watched it one time because it's a terrible-ass song. But it was something like, you're breaking apart our family, like, all this stuff. And it's like claymation. I'm about to turn this on and show you just for a minute. It's like claymation. But it's like definitely Kanye killing Pete Davidson. Like that's what it is. Yeah, it is wild. You haven't seen it at all? Man. Here we go. Sorry for the silence. It's coming. Oh, where's it at? Nope, that's not it. Yep, this one. 10 days ago. 5.6 million views. This is what I'm saying. I need YouTube Premium, bro.
Yeah, you do, bro.
God damn it.
You're on the platform.
Yeah, dude. Give me the fucking shit, bro.
You want people to come to your Patreon, but you won't go YouTube's Patreon.
YouTube ain't got a Patreon, bro.
That's what their premium is. That's their Patreon.
That's true. That's
their Patreon.
That's true.
That's their Patreon.
But yeah, look. Like, hold on, let me rewind that a little bit. That is Pete Davidson. Watch, that's Kanye on the motorcycle. That's Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
That is straight up Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
And they basically kidnap him and murder him and bury him. And I think at one point, yeah, he's like holding his head and shit. It's like, bro, you're taking this so well.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know how he's not getting like sued for that. Because I'm pretty sure he says his name in there, like something along like "fuck you, Pete" or something like that. Like for real. Yeah, it's great to yawn in the middle of a podcast. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm tired.
That's great, dude.
Kanye, I don't know if you lost the number or if you're embarrassed, but just call the therapist.
Right.
Just have a nice talk.
But look, he's like dragging him around and shit. Yeah. Like that's clearly Pete Davidson.
That is definitely Pete Davidson.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna turn that off before we get more distracted. But yeah, so I mean, Kanye's obviously very, very mentally stable.
Yeah.
Pete released messages from the screenshots say today on the message, and I think they are from today or like yesterday. But dude, these are hilarious. So I'm gonna read these to you. A couple of them are kind of long, but I'll kind of skip through it. So Pete texted Kanye, and he said, "Yo, it's Skeet." First of all, and he said, "Can you please take a second and calm down? It's 8 a.m. and it don't gotta be like this. Kim is literally the best mother I've ever met. What she does for those kids is amazing, and you are so fucking lucky that she's your kid's mom. I've decided I'm not gonna let you treat us this way anymore, and I'm done being quiet. Grow the fuck up, okay? I mean, whatever."
Yeah.
So Ye says, "Oh, you're using profanity? Where are you right now?" And he responds with, "In bed with your wife. With a selfie." Yeah. And then he said, Ye said, "Happy to see you're out of hospital and rehab." And Pete said, "Same here. It's wonders what those places do when you go get help. You should try it. I'm in LA for the day if you want to stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk. Dude. He said, Pete said, you don't scare me, bro. Your actions are so pussy and embarrassing. It's so sad to watch you ruin your legacy on the daily. Ye said, you're more than welcome to come to Sunday service, which is his, like, church thing. It's like, whatever. And basically, yeah, and it goes on even longer. But Pete's like, dude, I keep telling people, like, not to like, make fun of you and all this shit, like, my comedian friends and on SNL and all this. And Pete's, like, trying to set it up. He's like, come to my hotel room, man to man, like, we'll talk it out, like, whatever. But at the same time, Pete's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome that Pete said, in bed with your wife, and then sent a peace sign selfie.
Oh, Pete's a savage.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Straight up.
Yeah, that is hilarious. But yeah, what's your opinions on that, bro? That's how podcasts work. You gotta say stuff.
I'm Team Pete.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All the way.
Yeah.
Kanye's not cool.
Right. Yeah, I've never liked Kanye.
Like him as a person.
Right.
I never liked.
Right. His music's, I mean, okay. I honestly haven't heard all that much because I heard a little bit growing up and stuff, but I found out he was a douchebag and just never wanted to go listen.
I don't want to listen to douchebag talk.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, you got to realize Ye's been a douchebag for like 10 years now. Like solid.
Yeah.
Like solid at least 10 years. That's fucked up.
Doesn't he? I remember him being on like Twitter or something and saying something about how humble he is. And like, doesn't he have a song called "I Am God"?
Probably.
Or something like that.
Probably. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt
it's
it at all.
It's not very humble.
Dude, I wonder if I can find this. Man, who sent this to me? Was it Jackie? Man, I gotta find this. Sorry, guys. This is very important.
We're all real disappointed.
Very important. Very important. I think it has to do with... Oh, man. I don't even know, dude. I don't know. I can't find it. It's over. Game over, bro.
They all left.
Game over.
They all left.
I don't know who it would have been. Don't know who it would have been. Nope. 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 I don't know, man. I can't find it.
Damn.
But basically, it was a TikTok about somebody changing. I think it was Kanye's songs. The last word of every Kanye song, and just replace the last word with asshole. And all of them are like, hit me in my asshole. Like, yeah. Yeah, dude. And it's just so funny. I wish I could find it, but I can't. But anyway.
Could just looked up his songs. Done your damn self.
Well, it wouldn't have been as good as the TikTok that was, curated for it. But yeah, I don't know. Kanye's crazy. Yeah. I wanted to bring that up because that's definitely hot news right now, and I don't know if everybody's going to hear it. But just the fact that Pete was like, hey, bro, calm down. Where are you? In bed with your wife.
Yeah, I feel like Pete's not the person that you get the upper hand on.
Yeah, not verbally anyway.
No.
I don't know if Pete can fight or anything. Probably not.
I saw a TikTok, some chick just described him as a unstable line cook. Like that's the energy and vibe he has.
Yep.
And if any of you have worked with an unstable line cook, like, you don't get the upper hand.
Yeah, but...
They always have the upper hand.
But I don't know, because Pete obviously has a lot of, like, anxiety and shit. I don't know if he would be a good fighter or not, or if he'd be a guy that's just, like, a pansy about it.
I don't mean,
it could go either way.
I just mean, like, talking.
Yeah, but, usually with the line cooks, there's the energy of, like, I'll fuck you up. Well, that's
because they're on so much coke.
Right,
so
that's
like,
true.
they don't feel
that's
it
true.
When they get hit. They just
Very
keep
true.
going.
Very true. But, yeah, I mean... I don't know if coke would help Kanye right now. I don't know, but he needs to do something.
He's probably not getting us with all the heat. he's not going to get a big a sponsor like Coke or Pepsi. Maybe RC Cola.
RC
but
will
like
get him.
that's
RC will get him,
maybe
for sure.
Rockstar Energy. I feel like I don't hear much from them
So
anymore.
I don't understand because Kanye didn't 4 or 5 years ago, like I think it was right around the time Trump was getting elected. Didn't Kanye say he was bankrupt?
Yeah.
And then like now he's like a billionaire. Like, I guess it's that Kardashian money too.
He said he was bankrupt, but like on projection to be a billionaire. So I don't know how business works, but
right. I don't know. It's weird.
I don't know. You can't trust all that stuff. Have you watched the Always Sunny podcast?
I think I've seen a little bit of it. It pops up on my YouTube a lot.
I only bring that up because they were saying once in one of the episodes, like looking up their own net worths.
Yeah.
And they were like, nope, bullshit.
Right.
Like the one was like $30 million, and Glenn Howard was like, yeah, I wish I had $30 million.
Right.
Don't.
Yeah, where is it? Give it to me. I just want to be in a position one day to where somebody could Google my name and net worth and something pop up.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
we should Google it.
Google it. Pull out your phone.
What if it was like 2K?
I'd be like, where is it? Like, I wish. I wish.
I'll Google it.
All right, do it.
I'll fucking Google it.
It's going to pull up like some business dude, I'm sure.
No, it's going to be like, that's not how you spell your best friend's last name,
Because,
you
well,
stupid idiot.
So I am egotistical too, so I have Googled myself like once or twice in the last year just to see if like the podcast will come up or whatever. And it does a little farther down, but usually it's like a LinkedIn page or something that pulls up of like some business dude, and yeah. So I'm not quite Googleable by name yet. That means I'm not satisfied.
There's a David, a Ken, and a Sydney McElroy, who all I can get net worths on.
Okay.
No Adam.
Right. Well,
I was really hoping there was like a rich Adam McElroy out there.
Well, I mean, there is, I'm sure.
Apparently not. Google didn't say shit.
Whoa, dude.
Whoa.
But speaking of fucking crazy ass black men, look at that transition to professional.
Yeah.
Jussie Smollett. Okay. So this is the guy that, I don't know, it was like a year ago, maybe even longer. He like faked a hate crime, I guess. Faked like people attacking him. And I don't know the full story, but something along the lines of like he hired people to pretend to attack him.
That's what I heard.
Or, yeah, like I don't know exactly, but it's something along those lines. But I think he did actually have injuries, though. So, like, they did actually, like, beat him up.
They did attack him.
Yeah. But he paid for it, like, literally and physically.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild. But he just got his sentencing,
yeah,
like, a couple days ago. And let me see. See, this is why we need a third person here. But he, I could pull up the video, but I'm not going to. He got like 60 months probation or something, which is like 5 years. This is off the top of my head, something like that. But then like 150 days in jail or something.
Yeah.
So it's like short. It's like under 6 months, whatever. But I think they are felonies and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like the judge was like, this is what we're sentencing you. And he stands up and he's like, I'm innocent. I didn't do this. And it's just like so obvious. And like pretty sure the guys who attacked him like admitted it too or whatever. And they got like records and texts and shit. Like it's like very obvious. And he's at one point he goes, dude, and this made me laugh so hard. Just because, so like my brain, obviously dives into stuff like too much to be like, what is your thought process going into this, right?
Yeah.
So this guy stands up. He's like, I'm innocent. I didn't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, I just want the court to know I'm not suicidal. And he's like, if anything happens to me in there, it wasn't me. I'm not suicidal. And I'm like, bro.
Your story's not that
I'm like,
big.
you think you're Epstein?
Right.
Like, bro. Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what? And, dude, he said it like 4 times. It just made me laugh so hard. He's like, I'm not suicidal.
Bro,
it's like,
not Epstein level.
Dude, not even close.
No.
And he's probably going to go into like a easy ass jail or prison or whatever. He's going to be treated relatively well, I'm sure. And yeah, dude, I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? That he thought that his crime, which he is saying that he didn't do, is worth somebody offing him in jail.
Nobody cares that much. I mean, it's a real shitty thing to do.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's actual people out there experiencing hate crimes and shit.
Wasn't it also black guys that beat him up or something?
It might have been.
And he claimed, because this was during like the whole like, pretty sure this was around like that Virginia stuff when there was like the whole tiki torch thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it was around then, so he was trying to be like, Nazis got me, bro. Like, it's like, yo, they were black, bro, and you hired them. Like,
yeah.
But
you should check their resumes, man.
Right, right. You did not do a background check. I wonder how much they got paid. I'm sure that's public info. How much he paid them to do it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look it up.
They probably use Cash App.
Yeah, it's like right there.
Yeah. Cash App. Hate crime.
Right. Organized hate crime on me. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was hilarious because it's like, dude, the ego you have. And first of all, so one, to think that it's that important, right? And two, to be like, okay, this is such a heinous crime that somebody, when it's him that got attacked, that actually like literally paid for it out of his bank account to get beat up.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's such a bad crime that somebody's going to want to off him. And at the same time, he's saying, but I didn't do it.
Right.
And it's like, what is your thought process, man? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Yeah. You want to elaborate at all anymore?
He's a dumb guy.
Okay.
He's a really dumb guy.
Okay. All right. We added 2 words to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. What else I got?
What else you got?
Oh. Did you hear they're shutting down the Top Thrill Dragster?
They are?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like some lady's head got punted or something.
No shit.
Something like that, yeah.
Damn.
I think what actually happened, I like my version better, but I think something, I don't know, but something about, see, I expected to have a producer here to be able to like, hey bitch, look this up. Hey bitch.
Well, whatever ghost keeps turning on the fan, start the Googling.
Right. But yes, something happened to where I don't think anybody died, but they got like really injured. Like I feel like it said like a piece of the ride flew off and hit somebody in the head or something.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not good.
That, like, okay, if it's dangerous, it needs shut down. But that's a bummer. I like the Top Thrill Dragster.
That's definitely like the biggest roller coaster I'd ever been on.
Yeah.
And
like it sucked when it was new because it's such a short ride.
Right.
And the wait being like 3 hours.
Right.
But once it had been there a couple years and it had like a normal wait.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's short, but it's so high.
Right. It's awesome.
It's so fast.
Right. Dude, I happened to, the first time I rode it, I feel like we were together.
Yeah.
And I'm a bitch. I closed my eyes, right? And I closed my eyes, and I happened to open them right as we're, like, going at the top.
Yeah.
And doesn't the top have a roll in it, too?
Yeah, it goes up, and you turn real sharp.
Right.
And then, I don't know. It's got a roll somewhere in it.
But, yeah, so I happened to open my eyes at the very top, and we were at the very top, and then we, like, went and, like, looked straight down, and I was like, no! Like, basically pissed myself. But, yeah, they're shutting that down.
Do you remember our senior year when we went?
Yeah, when I broke my foot. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I did.
it was really rainy, which like kind of sucked. But just in the morning, and then after that it was really foggy, and you couldn't see the top. You remember that? And we rode it, and like the way it's facing, there aren't any other like big rides there when you get to the top. So you couldn't see the top. Well, then like obviously when you ride it and you get to the top, you couldn't see anything.
Right.
Like it looks like you're just in the clouds. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I always love those like pictures and stuff of like Dubai when people are at like the top of the hotel and they're like above the clouds.
Yeah.
Dude, how fucking high do you have to be, dude?
Yeah.
Never been that high in my life. Don't fact check that. But
how many levels are
there? But yeah, it's a bummer, man. Like, but you got to think too, like, you know, to us, that's a big deal because that came out like right around the time where we were getting into roller coasters.
Yeah.
I feel like it probably came out, I would guess, 2000-ish. You know, maybe 2003-ish, something like that.
I feel like it came out in like 06 or 07.
Okay.
But I could be way
But even
wrong
then,
on
we're
that.
only like 14, 15, 16 years old. So, yeah, like right around the time where we're really going to, you know, amusement park. Dude, going to an amusement park right now as a 30-year-old man sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I'm kind of over that. Like, the act is fun, but last time me and Asia went to Cedar Point, like, I think the 5th or maybe 7th thing we rode on started giving me, like, a bad headache.
Yeah.
And I was like, man,
We're
it's
old,
too
dude.
old now.
Yeah, we can't
And, like,
take
I'm
it.
not going to go all the way out there
and
wait in long-ass lines and only ride 3 things.
Right.
So I was like,
Well, this year, actually, Harper has been talking about wanting to ride roller coasters, which obviously she's going to be 4 here in a couple months. But the little, you know, the kids' ones, she keeps saying that she wants to go into a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how she's going to do with that. I feel like she's going to freak out.
Yeah.
But we'll have to see.
You think she's going to have a little bit of Daddy No Lovin' Heights?
I didn't mind Ferris wheels, but... Well, she's also 4 though, you know, and so we'll see, how that is. But yeah, the dragster is like such a big deal to us, kind of. It was like a staple of like, you know, being teenagers.
Not long before that, they came out with the Millennium Force.
Yeah, I always say the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, but and like that one was, you know, for its time. Super tall. I don't think it was the tallest. Yeah. I don't think it was the tallest.
I'm going to dream about that now and piss myself.
But it was one of the tallest, and it was super fast.
Yes.
And I think that was still one of my, like, kind of favorite coasters. Just is a little bit longer. It was really smooth for how fast it is and shit, too.
I just didn't like the build-up to the very fucking top. It took forever. And, you know, I'm prone to heart attacks, basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, all that shit was, like, a big deal. And now I just, like, it's a bummer to see it go, but, like, don't give a fuck, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's a bummer, but, like, Top Thrill, I mean, is what? We would guess about 15 years old or so?
Well, now when we're, like, 40,
we'll
be able to tell kids, they'll be like, oh, you never got to ride the Top Thrill dragster?
Right.
And they'll be like, what's that? And we're going to be like, it's not even
legal.
legal.
400 foot tall.
Not even legal anymore.
400 foot tall, 17 loops.
Do you remember how tall it actually was?
I think $120.
420.
Was it 420?
Because I was always like, was that on purpose?
Maybe that's why I liked it.
It went 120.
Oh, maybe that's what
it
I'm
went
thinking
120.
Yeah, because it was super fucking fast.
And its 0 to 60 was like fucking crazy.
Like under 3 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Or under 2 seconds.
Actually,
like
that might have been the 0 to
100 was like under 5, I think.
It was something crazy.
Under 6, something like that.
Yeah. That was a fun ass coaster.
Dude,
yeah, you're going to be able to be like, yeah, we rode this. We loved it. It was killing people.
Yeah. It was taking people out that weren't even on the ride. They just looked at the ride and it said, fuck you, lady.
I could be wrong.
You are.
But I remember hearing, like, when it was coming out, people were like, that's really cool, but it's like it just goes up and back down.
Right.
Why doesn't it do more? And I heard a rumor, probably just a rumor, but that in like Japan or something, they tried making a coaster that went super fast like that, but had all the regular turn, and people were like dying,
Decapitated.
not decapitated, but like
You don't know.
like
Maybe they were.
having
Oh,
heart,
like
heart
they were
flutters.
shaking like
Yeah,
babies.
like heart flutters or like passing
so
out.
they were in love.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah,
That sounds like a great thing.
yeah. But they're like, oh, okay, so we can't, if it's going to be this fast, it's got to just go up and then back down.
Yeah, I feel like doctors could tell you that though.
Yeah,
like,
they
you
probably
don't have to
did.
Build, you don't have to build $1 million roller coaster for doctors to be like, it's probably not a good idea. You might die. I don't think I can authorize this.
Do you remember the Maverick?
Blue one, right? I
No.
remember it by name.
No, it was red.
Red.
It was new-ish. It's probably like 5 years old now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
neat. Its whole thing was its first drop
was
wasn't
over 90.
Yeah, it wasn't just straight down.
it was like 95
it
or
was
something.
a little bit in.
And it comes in.
And it was a good, it's
Yeah.
twists and turns. It was a good coaster. But my favorite thing about it, when you haven't rode it yet, well, one, it did have this tunnel with lights, and I think it hit like 80 or 75 through
I did ride it once.
That was
but-
cool. But, all the coasters you get up, they're like click, 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 click.
Right.
When you'd come up to the thing, it's going click, click, click. But after it actually gets on the hill, it's like, zoom.
Yeah.
And you're not, the first time you ride it, you're not expecting
Yeah.
it. And that was pretty cool.
I remember, dude, and I don't remember where this was. I want to say it's Cedar Point, but didn't we have, like for a long time, didn't we have a Six Flags?
I've never been to one.
I think we had a Six Flags in Ohio.
There's a Kings Island.
Maybe that's what it was. Or maybe Kings Island bought Six Flags. I don't know. I don't know what it was.
Clue.
And it might have been at Cedar Point. I don't remember. But the first roller coaster I ever rode was fucking dope. And I've never been able to ride it again because I don't know where it was or what it was.
Yeah.
So I probably walked by it a couple times if it was at Cedar Point, but not realizing it. But it does a whole run, like it does a loop and a couple loops and like whatever it was. And then you just go up this super big hill, and then it stops, and then you just do the whole ride backwards.
Ooh, that is cool.
It was fucking cool. But yeah, I don't think it was at Cedar Point. I think it was at Six Flags. I don't want to keep Googling shit.
The only one I remember from Cedar Point that does something like that is the Wicked Twist, and that was kind of a newer ride too. And that was just like
that sounds right.
It was
though.
like a horseshoe, but like it twisted on
Oh
either
yeah,
end.
okay, I remember that one. Yeah. No, this one was like a full ride. I know it specifically had at least 2 loops in it because I specifically remember doing them shits backwards.
Yeah.
And not knowing that they're coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, roller coasters were fun. I'm definitely too old for that now. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer about Top Thrill.
Did you ever ride the Power Tower?
So there's 2 of them. I always get them confused. Which one's the Power Tower?
The Power Tower is like kind of like 4 legs, and some of them go up fast and some of them go down
Right,
fast.
yeah, so I did that one.
The Demon Drop was the other one. I don't think they have that one
that
anymore.
people died with pennies and shit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one that just
Yeah,
dropped.
I didn't do the Demon Drop, but I did do the Power Tower, and that one also gave me PTSD.
Did you do down or up?
We dropped. We went
Yeah.
down fast.
Okay, I never rode it. I always liked coasters, but I was never big into like other kind of rides.
Right.
But my brother,
I got peer pressured by a bitch. I tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of them it was, but it was a bitch.
It was one.
Because other than that, I ain't going.
But my brother was talking about him and his wife went on it, like when it first came out.
Right.
And he was saying his thought was like, the Demon Drop, even coasters, like everything, like you're going down.
Right.
But this has the option to like go up. Like,
Right.
let's try it. And he was like, you swear the ride's broken.
Yeah.
When it's going up, you're like, we are being ejected
Yeah,
into
we're going
space.
off.
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
We're 4,000 feet up now.
So I had a similar experience, but the opposite.
Think it's broken going down.
Well, so we're in line, right? And I'm like panicking, right? In line. But I ain't showing it because I'm a G.
Right.
And
G.
so I'm like watching, paying attention, like, okay, trying to figure it out. Like, all right, this is going to suck. What are we in for, right? And I started to realize that for all of the ones that dropped, right, they would take you up slowly, obviously, and then you'd sit up there for 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. Not long, but it seems like fucking forever. And before you dropped, you hear the air pressure release. You hear, tss, and I was like, cool. And then they drop, and I'm like, cool. So when I'm up there, when I hear that, I know it's coming. I'll be all right. You know? Like, all right, I can at least brace for it, right?
Right.
So we get in line. I'm fucking confident as shit now. I'm like, I got this.
I got plans.
Yeah, they ain't going to know I'm a bitch, you know? Because they the bitch, you know? And so we get up there, or we get in, we get up there, and I'm panicking. But we're at the very top, and I'm like, all right, we're cool, listening for it. And then we drop. And I fucking scream. Because I was not ready for it. I was so confident.
You was ready for that
and then next thing I know, I'm going like 50 mile an hour, dropping from hundreds of feet. But yeah, only at that moment did I realize and put it together that the air pressure that you're hearing is at the bottom of the ride. So you don't hear it up there. Yeah, so that gave me PTSD.
There you go.
Because it was just like fucking like Jedi-like confidence.
Yeah.
To straight just, I mean, I don't even know. There's not even a level of bitch that I can tell you.
See, that's the problem, man. You a Padawan at best.
I'm a Padawan, bro. We in there, son. Yeah. All right, guys, a little break in the action. The episode, if it hasn't already, is going to get wild, so stay tuned.
Love it.
But we had to give a shout out to our Patreon producers, like we do every week. Taylor, Tom, Patty Lite, Barili, Joel, Sarah, Steve, Anthony, Jeremiah, Twitch.tv/EvilTony, and the Teacher Dummy Podcast. We appreciate you guys. We definitely couldn't do this without you. Please sign up, guys. Patreon.com/AverageAF Podcast. We got a lot of bonus shit coming. No, it's been a while, but we're about to blow up the Patreon again. So check it out. Patreon.com/AverageAF Podcast. As little as $1 a month.
Nice. We also want to give a big shout out to our boy,
the homie,
Nate Collins. Make sure y'all go see our boy down there on Spitzer on 4th Street here in the Mansfield, Ohio. Make sure you ask for our boy Nate, though. And why should you ask for Nate?
I've heard he's a great guy, dude.
He is a great guy. You want to know why else?
Why else?
So you can get some free money.
Free money?
Free money.
He's just handing out
money? Oh, he is. Yeah, go ahead and refer him.
Oh, I can do that.
Refer him down to Nate. Let him know that you sent him.
Okay, I will.
Get a hundo in your pocket.
A hundo?
A hundo.
Does that got Mr. Benji on it? Does that got Mr. Benji on it?
It has a Benji on it.
All right.
But not only do you get money.
What else do I get?
You get a free car wash.
Just one free car wash?
Absolutely not.
What?
Free car washes for the life of the car.
No.
Yes.
No.
So make sure you go see him.
This is an infomercial.
No, it's not. It's a real life commercial.
How do I do this? How do I get this deal?
You call him or text him.
I have anxiety. I might text him.
419-961-4581.
It's in my phone.
Do it now.
I'm doing it.
Call him. Text him. We're out.
What else we got? I don't know what else we got.
What else you got?
I got Men Are Creeps, which they are.
Yeah, they are.
Electric car memes. Oh. So we were watching before we started recording. We were just watching some Nate Bargatze, some stand-up clips while we get our mind right, or really me, but you know what that means. And he was talking about, like, evolution and shit.
Yeah.
You know, just in a joke or whatever. But, like, I have thought about this. I don't know if I've said this on this show. If I have, it's been a long time. But do you remember when we were in elementary school and shit, how big of a deal the evolution versus like church debate was. It was like a huge deal. Like, don't talk about it in school. It was like all this stuff, and like evolution was like, it was like a not a conspiracy theory, but it was a what would you call it?
Controversial.
Yeah, controversial subject. Yeah. Do you remember that shit?
Not necessarily. I remember talking about evolution.
Dude, I don't remember.
I was thinking.
Well, I went to Lexington too. I don't know if that mattered, but
maybe.
But yeah.
I do remember. Won't say their name. But I was like kind of getting close with this chick, and somehow the topic of evolution
when was this?
Came up
last week before.
No, this was either junior, maybe a sophomore. Okay. Nothing real serious, but was kind of.
I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
Dipping toes.
We'll see.
And somehow evolution came up. Not like I was just spouting off facts about evolution,
up,
but somehow it came up, and they were like, "Do you believe in that crap?" And I was like, "I mean, like, yeah,
like I think so.
Yeah,
depends. Are you naked right now? I might have a different answer.
I don't know. I've never got like, not to get too like real talk. I've never got like." You can be the most religious person, and I just don't think evolution's like
you can
the
like
devil.
Dispute that, yeah.
Yeah, like I mean that I don't like that doesn't mean that doesn't even in my opinion that doesn't even like contradict your
a lot
other
of people,
beliefs.
A lot of people it does because
get over yourself.
Because I mean I don't know anything about it, obviously, but like. Some Christians and stuff believe the world's only like 6,000 years old, 10,000, whatever it is.
Man,
you know,
and that shit just a mistranslation. Then,
right.
Like that's all.
They forgot 7 zeros.
You can just tell yourself that, like.
Right. But yeah, like obviously this one's extreme, but there's Christians and obviously other religions too. I'm not trying to single them out, but that believe like dinosaurs didn't exist.
Yeah.
Obviously that's an extreme case. Most of them are like, yeah, there's fucking dinosaurs. And now I think evolution is, commonly accepted, obviously, with, like, people that have any type of intelligence. But, like, even in, like, most, like, religious circles and stuff, I think most of the time they accept it. But it just goes against a lot of the outlines that are in there.
See, that
Bible.
Was I felt like it never had to. Why can't it be the answer to how, not why?
Whoa, bro.
You know what I mean, though? Like, just because he didn't talk about it in your book, to me didn't mean it had to be blasphemous.
Right, that's true. Well, like, but it was, it went with the whole story, and again, I'm an idiot, and I could have this all wrong. Don't correct me, but... Something along the lines of like, Jesus was born and like blah 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 and like God made the world in like 7 days.
Yeah, 7
and Adam
days.
and Eve and yada yada yada, and that's how the world was created and the kind of things like that. Like it just all that background goes against millions or billions of years of evolutionary development.
But like if you're religious and you believe in this all-powered deity that is above space and time, and he created everything.
Right.
Can't maybe a day to them not be the same thing as a day to you?
Time is relative, bro. That's real. That's real shit.
I don't know. I just always felt like people tried to get too literal.
Well, yeah, for sure. A lot of people definitely take that stuff literally. And I think, I'm not trying to get into like this conversation either, but I think religion is generally like good for people for the most part.
For a lot of people.
Like I'm not trying to like shit on it or anything, but he mentioned evolution in that, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. It was just in my circle, and it was definitely in school. It wasn't something that like, I mean, we talked about it at home because my dad's really big into science and shit like that. But like I specifically remember it being in school. Excuse me, where it was like a controversy. Where it's like, we don't talk about that, we don't believe in that, and like all this stuff. And I'm like, bitch, what? Like,
I don't remember that, but I watched a lot of Discovery and stuff like that, so maybe that's just what I'm
Yeah, I don't
remembering
know.
for
But
evolution.
another thing about the 90s that always fucked me up, and I know you'll remember this one because this one was universal, at least at the time. Have I told you about my opinion on like why a lot of like this generation is like overweight and stuff?
Capri Sun?
I have some in there actually.
Dude, Capri Sun's
I have
the bomb, actually.
I have a daughter, so
yeah.
But her mom got her cherry specifically, so I wouldn't drink any. That bitch.
I hate to say it, but that is a bold strategy.
I know. I can't hate her for it, but I'm like, I know you saw these and picked them out, and it was like he's not gonna drink any. Yeah.
Be the cherry on top.
Respect, it is what it is, you know. Little psychological mind games. It's cool. Yeah. Respect. I feel it. But no, like in the 90s, which obviously there's kind of no excuse for being over. You know, I'm not trying to be like, this is why I'm fat. Like, you know. But I do think it had played a factor. Obviously with like things moving more internet and people more video games and people being inside more and all that obviously had some type of effect. But do you remember the food pyramid when we were growing up?
Yeah.
Do you remember the bottom layer?
Grains.
Yeah.
Grains, noodles,
bread. Yeah.
All the fat stuff.
Yeah, the whole bottom layer of the food pyramid. And they were like, that should be 60% of what you eat. Yeah. You remember that? And then the rest was like, the next one I think was fruit, right?
Yeah, fruit and veggies were next.
Right.
The vegetable was slightly bigger.
Okay.
But those together made the next section.
Right.
And the next one's meat and dairy.
And then there was a top section for chocolates and shit.
Yeah.
There was
sweets.
There was a top
was in the food pyramid.
I didn't even think of that till just now.
And realistically, why?
Right. Why is that in the nutritional food
Why
period?
doesn't it say 0?
It had, dude, I specifically...
I mean, I eat tons of candy, but you do not need it in your diet.
Yeah.
It's very beneficial to not be in your diet.
It's not like, okay, so say this, right? Say you're following the food pyramid, the first 4 steps to a T, which obviously is fucked up already.
Right.
But you're following it to a T, right? And you're like, I'm so fucking healthy, right? And you're you. So Jerry's doing that, right?
Jerry's doing it.
Jerry's doing all 4 solid, no sweets, right?
Solid Jerry, no sweets.
In the 90s, I would have the argument that if I was doing all 4 of those and having a little bit of sweets, according to the government, I was more healthy than you.
Government knows best.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's like, bro, did you even have your Reese's today? You didn't have your Reese's today?
Well, there's plenty of sugar in a pineapple, Adam, actually. Shut up. Eat the chocolate.
Eat it. But yeah, dude, I've always been like, dude, we grew up eating only bread.
Yeah.
Like everything was bread and pasta and pizza and all that shit. Like
cereal.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
cereal's all carbs.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, cereal is always either like 100% sugar.
Yeah.
Or like sugar or wheat sugar.
Right. But yeah, like, you know, and just we would just eat the shittiest stuff and be like, we're so healthy. But I think it worked when, you know, prior to that 80s, 70s, whatever, everybody's just outside, literally running around in like manual labor. Like you can live off that diet because you need carbs to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the internet came along, video games, and we started kind of declining in the sense of like activeness.
Yeah.
Or is that a word? Activeness?
Oh, yeah.
We make words up here at least once a week.
Well, you gotta.
But
quota.
Right, for sure. But yeah, I think that mixed with 60% of what you eat needs to be fucking bread. That didn't work out very well.
Also, dairy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Our whole lives is like, dude, drink your milk makes your bones strong. Yep. Now, don't get me wrong. I love a tall glass of fucking milk.
Right.
Especially if I'm eating something
I couldn't
sweet.
tell you the last time I had white milk. Occasionally, I'll go get like a chocolate milk at the gas station.
I still love
out of a carton or
white
whatever.
Milk. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell you.
But like, you were always taught that that's like good for you.
It's important, yeah.
It's so not.
It's not.
It's so not. Nope. Dairy is not good for you.
No, it's not. And, dude, do you remember, too? Dude, it would be like abuse if you did it now. If, like, you're eating and you said you're full and your parents made you finish your dinner.
Yeah,
like,
that
finish,
really is...
Like, no, finish what you have on your plate. And it's like, bitch, no.
And the argument is always like, there's hungry kids out there that... Go feed them.
Right.
Cool.
Instead of spending $20 on dinner, spend $15 and send the extra $5 to fucking Africa, Mom.
Well, that really has to, if you're a young, developing little kid...
Right.
And your body's telling you that you're full.
You're full, right.
And you're forced to eat more.
Right.
Like over time,
and
that's
it's
probably
more bread
why,
and pasta and
that's
shit.
probably why we're all fucking fat.
Dude, that might be why. Dude, I really honestly think like I'm like I have some type of like food addiction.
Yeah.
For real. Cuz I think and honestly like I think I'm very like mentally strong in general. Just about, you know, how I think about things and, like, kind of disciplined to some extent about certain things or, like, when I need to be, obviously.
Yeah.
But when it comes to food, dude, like, even, like, there's days, obviously, where I'm like, man, I need to lose weight, right? I'm going to start drinking water. I'm going to at least get a sugar-free Red Bull, you know, try to do little things like that. Walk into the gas station, fucking... I'll just grab these today, the regular ones.
Right.
I'll sort that tomorrow. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll get a salad for lunch. Oh, you know, maybe I'll get a wrap with some fried chicken. You know, like, or whatever. You like, dude, it's so bad. That's the one thing that, like, I cannot control.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been able to.
You know what part of my problem is? You know how people say...
What?
You know how people say they eat out of boredom? Which is definitely a real thing.
Right.
And I know I do that too. I like to cook. I'll cook out of boredom.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm like by myself.
Right.
Like I'll just randomly like be like, oh, my cast iron pan's looking extra dark and seasoned.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool to fry up some potatoes?
Dude, it sucks that potatoes are bad for you.
Yeah.
It sucks. Like, isn't that a vegetable?
Yeah.
Is it a vegetable?
It's a vegetable.
It's a vegetable.
A fruit houses a seed.
Right. That's why tomatoes are fruits.
Yeah. So a potato is just like a root.
Is there any other vegetable that's bad for you?
I'm sure, but I don't think
like any
of
other
them,
common vegetable.
I don't think any of them are on the level that potatoes are.
Could, I mean, in theory, you could. Obviously not like excessively or whatever, but you could eat all the green beans you want, probably all the corn you want. Supposedly you might have like some
Both
digestive.
Of those are fruits.
What? No, they're not.
Corn's a fruit.
Corn is not a fruit.
Corn's a fruit.
Corn is not a fruit.
Look it up.
Dude, there's no way corn's a fruit.
Corn's 100% a fruit.
Nuh-uh.
Green beans, I might be a little iffy
Green
on.
beans are definitely a vegetable, bro.
It's a lagoon.
A lagoon? That's a place with water, bro.
Legume? I don't
know.
Lagoon. But I'm pretty positive corn's a fruit.
Whole corn, like you eat on the cob, is considered a vegetable. The corn kernel itself is considered a grain. Yeah, to complicate things a little more, many grains, including popcorn, are considered to be a fruit. That's weird. But yeah, corn's a vegetable, bitch.
It just said many grains are considered a fruit.
Yeah, but...
There's a seed in that corn. I don't care what Google says.
So this is the USDA.gov. The U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, they also told our grandparents that tomato was a vegetable for years.
Look, whatever. Corn can be considered either a grain or a vegetable based on when it's harvested. Popcorn is also harvested when it's mature and is considered to be a whole grain. Yeah, these are all vegetables, bro. And I cannot believe that you think green beans are a fruit.
There's a seed in them.
No, there's not.
What?
No, there's not.
That little bean thing.
Oh, come on. Give me a fucking easy answer, not fucking science. Green beans are a vegetable, and each half cup serving can be counted towards your daily recommended intake of fruits and vegetables.
Corn, maize, belongs to blah, blah, blah family. While eaten sometime as a vegetable and sometime as a grain, is actually classified as a fruit.
What website is that? Not the USDA.
Maize.com.
Yeah, no. Fuck maize.
It's not maize.com.
Dude, it's MARINMG. That's not even a real word.
Yeah, let's shit on the guy with dyslexia.
Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, fruitsandveggies.org. Yeah, same thing. Green beans are a vegetable. Yeah. They're a fucking vegetable, dude. I cannot... Dude, that's going to be the episode title. You realize that? That you think green beans are a fruit.
Botanically speaking, green beans are fruits.
No, they're not.
Yes.
What website is that?
TheBioGardener.com.
No, that's some liberal shit. So this is AOL, who is not reputable. But this says green beans are actually a fruit and our minds are blown.
14 vegetables that are actually fruits. That's tomatoes, peppers, pumpkins, cucumbers, peas, string beans, just like green beans.
No, bro.
Eggplant, okra, olives, avocados, corn. They all have seeds. If it has a seed, if it houses a seed, it's a fruit.
So this is
Zucchini,
interesting.
Beans, chickpeas.
So this is interesting. They were talking about
Mrs. Moore taught us this.
Yo, shout out Mrs. Moore.
Shout out.
But this is talking about how it's technically a fruit. Oh, what is this? Is this the legume thing you were telling me about?
Yeah, it's another
Legume?
like beans, legumes, something like that. That's another word.
Now this is interesting. This is why I don't know if you guys know this, a little bit of history. This is kind of cool. So obviously we agree tomatoes are a fruit. The other ones are debatable. We'll see.
Debatable because he was on the wrong side.
And it's my show. So this says the Supreme Court got involved in a case about tomatoes in 1893 after importers wanted it officially classified as a fruit so they could avoid a 10% import tax imposed on vegetables. The court essentially ruled that tomatoes and beans, including green beans, used in dinner recipes and therefore constitute a vegetable, while fruits are typically used as a dessert. So, until there's a good green bean pie for dessert, the pod and seed dry fruit will still be called a vegetable. But we're not sure that sounds too tasty. So, essentially, what they're saying is scientifically it's a fruit, but the government says it's a vegetable.
That's why I've been saying,
bro.
That's why I've been saying.
This is wild.
Peppers, cucumbers, they all have a seed.
I could see peppers,
That
I guess
that makes them,
typically speaking, you would think
technically a fruit.
You would think just when you think peppers, you're like, that's a vegetable.
Yeah.
Wow.
It has that kind of feel.
Yeah.
Because most
grow
of
in
the
the ground.
classic vegetables aren't sweet.
Right.
And I think that's what we associate
the natural
them with.
sugars.
And most of the classic fruits are a lot more like fleshy, and I almost want to say wet.
Like they have like an outer thing on it too, usually like bananas, oranges.
Yeah, and they just have
Some
more
type
like
of covering.
juice to them.
Yeah.
Like even like look at a cantaloupe. Like a watermelon's obviously like there's a ton of juice of that.
Right.
But even a cantaloupe, like if you cut it, it like might not look like there's a ton of juice, but you eat
Right.
like it's really juicy.
Right.
You eat carrot, it's not that juicy. So I think stuff like a pepper we associate more with vegetables.
Right.
Because most of them are like not
Dude.
too sweet, not too fleshy.
What just happened?
I tried to tell you.
Why haven't you told me in our fucking 18 years of friendship? Is that right?
I didn't know I had
Is that right?
Bro.
Can we fuck our friendship now?
Yeah.
It's legal.
But we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. That'd be weird.
That would be grooming.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
And that's wrong.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
That's wrong. We don't do that.
That's wrong.
We don't do that. I was going to say something. I won't because we're not on the Patreon. But yeah, dude. I mean, this is wild because normally when Baker's here, we get dumber. So thank you for learning us something.
You're welcome.
I've been learned.
You're welcome.
I got learned today.
You got learned.
I got learned.
Man, there was something else I was going to say.
I cannot believe.
I can't remember.
Green beans. Dude, and I was like, dude, fuck you. Like, I was like, corn, but like green beans, I was like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, oh my God.
I could see people being more
It's
okay
the government.
with corn.
They're brainwashing us, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not liberal enough for that. Actually, I am.
Yeah, we probably
I also don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Right. What were you going to say?
I don't remember. I can't remember if
Other
it was just
fruits,
about
other
the fruit, vegetable conversation, or if it's a branch
You learned
off
this
of that.
when we were 16 in Miss Moore's class.
I just remember reading the classification of a fruit
Well, right. But so you put this together yourself, kind of.
Yeah.
You're like, so technically.
Well, I remember at one point, like, and their example was always tomatoes.
Right.
Are actually
right,
fruit.
Right. Yep.
And I remember then being like, well, like, what about peppers and cucumbers? I remember looking that up.
Cucumbers, yeah, they got
and it being like fruit. So a
pickle a fruit?
I have just, well, a pickle is a cucumber.
Right.
Pickled.
But it'd still be a fruit, right?
It'd be a pickled fruit. Because, like, you can pickle, like, anything, kind of.
Yeah, so the pickling doesn't matter in the
Nah,
classification.
it shouldn't.
So it's still...
I wouldn't think.
It's
a byproduct of a fruit. But that'd also be like calling a raspberry sorbet a fruit. Like you've done something to it, so...
Kinda. I guess I could see.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know the...
But you haven't added
terms of
anything
that.
to it. Well, maybe.
No. But anyways, yeah, so I've just... After that, I've just went in guns blazing. Like, in my head...
How have we never had this
in
conversation?
my head, if it has, like, the green beans, there's that little seed in there. So I was just like, it's a fruit. Like, I'm just
swinging on
going
grandma.
guns blazing,
Swinging on grandma.
hoping that textbook was right.
Right. No confirmation. You're just going
But
all...
so far, it has
all feelings, no facts.
So far, it has been.
Dude. The government.
Government.
So then what's the fucking vegetable?
Like root, stalk, stuff like that.
No, like, speak in English, please. Like,
so
green beans
a carrot,
aren't...
No.
Carrots,
a carrot,
okay.
A carrot is like a root. It doesn't have a seed. Potatoes also almost kind of... I don't know exactly what
starch.
A potato is.
It's a starch.
I mean, yeah, that's all that's in it is sugar and starch.
Yeah, it's a
Basically,
starch.
it's just this, like, ball of...
I don't know. Is a
almost.
potato considered a vegetable, or is it a starch? Or is a starch also part of being a vegetable?
Yeah,
or
a
is it a
starch is
separate
like
thing?
Almost like a chemical. Not chemical, but like sugar.
Right.
Starch.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess something like that.
Okay.
But like celery's like a stalk.
Yeah.
Or stem.
Okay.
Doesn't have a seed. Lettuce.
So we got carrots. We got
lettuce. Is
green
just
stuff.
leaf.
Well, not all green stuff. Not green beans.
Not green beans, but the leaves.
What
on
about
would
peas?
Be. That thing said peas were
a fruit or a vegetable?
Were a fruit.
Are peas the?
I would
well,
have
maybe
thought,
because they're snap peas because they're in a thing and you snap them
that
out.
might be snap. Shout out sugar snap peas because you're talking about trying to lose weight. Is it as good as a potato chip? No.
Oh, I've had these.
But they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Just slightly sweet.
Yep.
That shit's pretty good. You're going to eat one and be like, I wish I was eating something else. And then all of a sudden you're going to be like, I've been eating like 40 or 50 of these.
Right.
Like, it's pretty good. Eat sugar snap peas.
Dude, my issue is I like burgers and pasta and fucking...
I do too.
1995 food pyramid works great for me.
You know what we've been making a shit ton of? And this is going to track so much with my character.
Uh-oh.
Pickle pasta salad.
Oh, what are you doing
You
with
know
your
I
life?
love pickles. Dude, yeah, I'll bring you some sometime.
And
you
this
gotta
isn't,
try it.
This
You
isn't
gotta try it.
uncommon. This isn't necessarily uncommon, but you're the type of person that drinks the pickle juice out of the pickle
100%.
jar. It's not like nasty or anything, but That's not
Dude,
super
for
common.
real, I'm no
Noah.
Yeah, I'm no fitness expert,
Really?
but like, yeah. But working in the hot factory in the summer,
Yeah.
I will often bring like 6 to 10 pickles in my lunch.
Pickles are where it's at.
Eat those throughout the day, and I will bringing those to work versus not will be the difference between whether or not I have a headache in the heat all day.
Well, I guess because, before, everybody's always like, eat a banana for the potassium and stuff so you don't like cramp and stuff, which I wouldn't think pickle juice has like potassium or anything, so it's probably something
all that
different.
sodium you're losing.
Right.
Like you drink water, but there's no like salt in that water,
Right.
and you lose all your...
Well, yeah, but what I was going to say is like now everybody's like pickle juice is actually better for you than like eating a banana in that aspect.
I'm going to put something together in my head right now.
All right, let's do
They're probably both very important.
Yeah, obviously.
Because I am no biologist, but I do remember from biology the sodium-potassium pump in cells. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
That was a thing.
Hey,
Sodium,
let me ask you a question.
potassium
Let me
pump.
stop you real
So
quick.
they're both probably
Hold on.
very important.
Let me stop you real quick.
Yeah.
You've known me for a long fucking time,
Yeah.
right? We went to school together for roughly 8 to 9 years into college, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell, other than, we'll exclude philosophy,
Okay.
can you tell me a time in class that I ever paid attention?
Yeah.
When?
Philosophy.
Other than philosophy?
Yeah.
When?
Sociology.
No, I hate sociology.
Yeah, it's parts of it overlap with philosophy.
You mean psychology?
Yeah.
That's different.
You were in for psych.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't have those
Psychology.
classes together, did we?
No.
But that's what I'm saying.
We had the same class, I think, but we didn't have them together.
Yeah, but I was in like 3 levels above you, and I was like, bitch,
Not the
that's
first
dumb
year.
shit. Well, yeah, that's true. Actually, the first year I was,
Oh, that's fair. Whatever.
because I took it in high school,
Oh,
because I was the only sophomore in there, because I was like, I want to learn this, and all the juniors and seniors were like, I want an easy class.
Did you beat them all up?
Yeah, I definitely did, bro.
I would too.
Shout out Mr. Kennard. But yeah, man, I don't know. Thank you for fucking educating us. I could almost guarantee you at least 80% of the people on here did not think they would ever learn that a green bean is a fruit. No, don't back out now. Don't half-ass it.
I was just gonna say, because I
Okay.
said both those things are important. I don't know what the sodium potassium pump does.
You just remember the title.
I remember there's a sodium potassium pump, and it works
It's
like
called my dick.
one goes in
You're supposed to
so the
laugh
other
when I
can
make a
come
joke.
out, or vice versa. They're probably both important. Eat your bananas, eat a pickle.
I love how you're
Other
defending
sodiums.
my point where I was like, pickles are more important. You're like, bitch, don't listen to this guy. Hold on.
Well, yeah.
No, I
well,
know.
like, you just also eat a banana.
Yeah, for sure. Eat a banana.
Yeah.
Eat a banana. Eat a banana.
Or Google and find out what you need to do.
Yeah, actually, see a physician.
Don't
or a
rely on
doctor.
my 10-year-old vague memory.
Quite like Mr. Joe Rogan, we are not doctors. I don't know. How long you want to record? We're probably over an hour now.
This is your show, man. You actually put the timer on.
I did put the timer on, and you know why I put the timer on?
Why'd you put the timer on?
Or why the timer got turned on?
Why'd the timer?
Because Baker's not here to forget.
That's fair.
All right, I do want to talk about this, though, and it could be short or it could be long or whatever. That's what she said. Dude, and I mentioned it before, men are fucking creeps.
Yeah.
Like, and I've never, like, I don't know, like, I've never had, like, a ton of, like women, like, that are friends, per se. Like, I mean, I did, obviously, but none that are, like, super close. Obviously, there's a couple now or whatever. But, girlfriends or whatever. But, like, and I don't know, dude, back in the day, like, I don't know how to say this, like, where it sounds not terrible, but, like, back in the day, I think we had, like, more respect for each other to where, like, if somebody was with a girl,
Yeah.
like, pretty much nobody would, like, go after her. You know what I mean? Like, there might be the one or two douchebags that might say something, but there was never, like, anything like, having to worry about who's in your girlfriend's DMs or whatever.
Right.
Like, that whole thing, like, wasn't a thing.
I think that's gotten way worse with social media,
Yeah.
just the higher, like, already everybody was just texting when we were in high school.
Right.
But, like, even more so, everything's online.
Right.
Because my girlfriend is, like, 5 years younger than me, and she has endless stories of people either
that's true.
trying to get into her pants.
Right.
Or other people she knew trying to get, that were either like times when she was in a relationship and times when the other guys were already in a relationship.
See, and I just feel like our age
group,
group,
that was just right behind us.
Like our age group didn't deal with that. Like obviously there might have been a time
really
or two,
remember
but like
us.
I never heard of like, so and so tried to hit on whoever, like, in high school or whatever. Like that just never came up. And, I was thinking like
it was at least rare enough, like if it happened it was like a big deal. It'd be like so and so cheats on his girlfriend all the time. You'd be like, wow.
Right.
How does he keep getting away with it?
Right. Or even sending messages and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, but, and yeah, originally I thought, like, maybe it was, like, a generational thing, like the people behind us or whatever. But it's everybody, dude. I'm starting to realize, like, it's everybody. Like, I've been at jobs where, and I don't really notice this stuff too much just because I block people out a lot, especially at work. But, like, people will come, like, I've heard, and I'm not going to say which job or anything like that, but, like, I've heard of, people coming up to, like, women in, like, a dress or, like, a nice, like, sundress or, like, a shirt that's just a little low, but it's still, professional or whatever. And I've heard of, like, supervisors coming up and being like, hey, thanks for wearing that. And it's like,
Jesus.
What? Yeah. I'm like, what?
Classless.
And like but they'll do it in person. They'll do it over like Messenger or whatever, or, whatever, social media or whatever. And I'm just like, and like, I don't know. Like there's friends that I have on Facebook too that'll post something. And like there's this one girl that posts a lot of like dirty stuff. And that's just kind of her sense of humor.
Right.
And like whatever. But then there's literally 15 dudes like, oh, I'll take you up on that offer. Oh, and I'm like, guys, like, fucking stop.
Also, like the easiest fucking joke to make.
Right.
So, that's not funny anymore.
But, like, I don't know. I've just been, like, kind of talking to women a little more, being like, how fucking bad is this? And, like, they're getting messages all the time or looks or whatever or treated different. And I'm like, men are fucking creeps. And I don't think I ever, like, to any ladies, the, like, 3 out there that listen to us, like, they're like, yeah, this is a fucking problem. Like, it's always been a problem. But to me, I've always surrounded myself with, like, good people.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about, like, somebody who's going to send that type of message or, like, send a message when they're in a relationship or vice versa or, just shit like that. Like, not necessarily, like, cheating, but like still like don't do it over the top kind of thing. But like it's all the time. And like I know for a fact every example that we could give of that, you would never do that.
Right.
Baker would never do that. Steve would never do that. BJ would never do that. Tim would never do that. Tommy would never do that. I could go down my whole friends list, and being a creep would never cross any of our minds. So, like, this is, like, a fucking problem, but I've never noticed it because I don't hang out with fucking creeps. You know what I mean? And it's just weird. Like, there was another example where somebody sent a message, and this could be an innocent message, but I even talked to her about it. But, like, the dude, like, came over and I guess supposedly, like, came over, talked to her at her desk or whatever, and then went back to his desk and then, like, sent her a message that was like, you smell good. It's like, bro. Like, and I even told her, I was like, okay, so he could just not realize.
Yeah. He could have legit been like,
yeah.
God damn, that smelled really good.
Right.
What is that?
Right.
But that's not how that comes off.
Yeah, but that's what I told her. I was like, okay, so he might be, like, just honestly saying that. But even if, and I would never say that, first of all, but if I were, I'd probably be like, hey, I don't mean this to sound weird, but you do smell very good, like, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
To, like, not be like, hey, I'm going to fucking wait for you outside or some shit. Like, I don't want to give off those vibes. It's actually something that we talked about on the Greener Grass podcast. We were on there just a couple weeks ago. The episode came out. Like, I'm so worried about being a creep.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Sometimes you just got to hold your tongue.
I can't. I have it tattooed on me not to.
No, I just mean because everybody's creeps.
Yeah.
Like, I can't think of specific examples. It might have been when I was at the gym all the time, but I remember, this sounds creepy, but I remember smelling some chicks like perfume and being like, I don't remember what the scent was, but being like, Asia would love that, and wanting to be like, hey, but you're like, no, you can't
do it.
I'm just not gonna find out,
right?
You just can't.
You can't.
This is weird.
Yeah.
Somebody you know really well.
You could do that.
I have close girlfriends,
right?
Female friends.
That's why I said women or whatever.
That I could be like, what kind of shampoo is that? Right. You know, I'm a girlfriend. She would really like that.
Right.
You can't do that to a stranger or even just somebody you work with.
Yeah.
That doesn't come off well.
It doesn't.
Don't do it, guys.
Dude, I just don't get it. Like, it's like walking into Walmart and shit, like, or whatever. Like, I literally walk with my head down most of the time. Or if it's up, it's just blank. Like, I'm not looking at anybody or anything. And it's like,
just a dark stare into the void.
Yeah. And all the time people, like, dude, my ex one time, like, at Star Tech, I walked right past her. And she was, like, right there. And she texted me and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, I didn't even see you.
Didn't know you were
like,
real.
Yeah, because there's people around and I see bodies. Like, I can see whatever. But I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, whatever.
Right.
I didn't know she was over there. But, yeah, like, I walked, like, with my head down or whatever. Because I'm so scared with, like, how I look and everything, too, being a bigger guy.
Yeah.
That, like, I love kids, and obviously I'm a dad, and, like, little girls are, like, very cute to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a dad, though, like, not in a creepy way. So, like, you know, like, I'll see a toddler or whatever, and I, like, purposely don't look at them. Because I don't want their parent to even think that anything's going on. You know, like, it's an irrational fear, but, like, I am so against being creepy. Like, you know what I mean?
I was actually just telling this story to Asia a couple days ago. But I was in Walmart one time around the frozen food section.
Yeah.
And this little girl who could, like, walk and run, but, like, small.
3, 4
child
probably something.
was just, like, in an aisle.
Right.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like, no parents. But just being an adult man, I was like, I'm not going to go be like, hey, let's find your parents. Because then people are just going to think I'm stealing a child.
Right.
So I was like, well, I guess I'm going to look at Butter for a while while
just keep an eye on her.
Wait for this child's parents to find her.
Right.
And like 30 seconds later,
our
our mom came around with like, Tiffany. Yeah.
Dude, that actually happened to my ex a couple weeks ago, or like last week. And, dude, it's scary. She, her and Harper were in the store, and I guess Harper ran off, and, like, Jess didn't know she was picking something or whatever.
Kids can be fast.
Yeah. And I think it was, like, a dollar store or something. It wasn't, like, Walmart or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and she was yelling for her, and, like, Harper, like, wouldn't come to her because she thinks she's playing a game.
Yeah.
And Jess legitimately was like, I thought something happened to her. Like, she was crying and shit, which, you know, I mean, I can't blame her at all.
Right.
Like, you know, that's seriously, like, one of my worst fears. Like, that, too, you know, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that either, but.
I got lost in, I think, Kmart once.
Yeah.
Maybe Walmart.
Wow,
I don't know how old I was.
Kmart.
Yeah.
Wow.
My mom worked at Kmart for
in
like
Mount
years.
Vernon or whatever.
Yeah. She worked at one in Mansfield. There used to be one in Mansfield forever.
Yep. Yeah, dudes are creeps.
Dudes creeps.
Green beans are fruits.
Fruit beans. Dude creeps.
Dude creeps and fruit beans.
Dude creeps and fruit beans.
Man, that's such a good title.
You're welcome for the title.
Well, that's such a good title, but It's
but
nobody's gonna know
the algorithm, and I had to think about likes and a subscriber.
Kind of. Nobody's gonna know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, they're gonna need to click on it.
But nobody's curious like us. But
Yeah,
if you say green beans are fruits, they're gonna be like, "Fuck you, dude. What are you talking about?"
What you talking about, Willis?
Yeah. So, come on, bro. Professional at this, Doc.
All right.
But
All right.
thank you, man, for filling in. I appreciate it.
Of course.
It's past midnight now.
You're past midnight.
12:30 in the a.m. I gotta work in the a.m. It's all good. Probably gonna edit a lot of this tonight because I gotta get it out Tuesday.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tuesday on the Patreon.
Fun fact.
What's up?
That's when my trash gets picked up.
Mine too.
That's not fun, but it is a fact.
Mine too.
Yeah. Garbage guys that care.
Garbage guys that care.
Is
bro.
it?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah, dude.
Pink it all day.
Dude, it sucks because last little thing I'll say here, and then we'll sign off because I know you guys are fucking annoyed with me by now.
No, you're not. It's fine.
So I recently moved in here, obviously, and it just kept slipping my mind to call them to update my address. So, like, I've some trash I need to get rid of, basically.
The first time I wasn't living in an apartment, but moved out.
You didn't realize you needed trash service?
No, we did.
Okay.
But Austin tried like 4 times to set up Rumkey, and they had an option like you can set up an email. And, you know, like we're millennials. We're like, oh, we don't have to talk to anybody. That sounds great.
Right.
The trash just never picked up, so we had like a shit ton. Yeah, we tried it 4 times.
Yeah.
So then he finally called them, and they were like, oh, yeah, that doesn't actually work yet. And we're like, well, you should probably make that not clickable then.
Right.
Because you would get an automatic email that was like, confirm the address and like confirm the pickup date, but then they would never pick it up.
Jesus.
Because you weren't actually in their system.
It's something weird, too, like when the Palmer Squares were on.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Go check out that episode. One of my
Squares.
favorites ever. I was telling them how my old roommate didn't have trash service until I moved in. Because he doesn't, like, eat out or anything. He just had, like, minimal trash and would just take it to the gas station in the morning and shit. Like, in a like, a Walmart bag or whatever. Which, I mean, it's whatever. It worked for him, so whatever. Saved him some money. But I'm like, man, I eat fast food all the time. Yeah. I order shit off Amazon, like, every fucking day. Like, I got trash. So I was telling them, like, yeah, you didn't have trash service, so I had to even set that up. And they were like, why didn't you have trash service? I was like, you know, you didn't want to pay for it. And they were like, you have to pay for trash service? And I was like, yeah. But like it kind of blew their mind. I'm like, yeah, I guess in like downtown Chicago and like New York and all that, that's just
like
standard.
Everybody's probably in like an apartment or something.
Yeah, because like
that just has a dumpster or garbage.
I would assume
that's just part of it.
Yeah, I would assume that kind of stuff in like the big cities are paid for by like the state or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
These are private companies that do it around here. So I don't know. It's just interesting to think
even
of that.
when I lived in Columbus in an apartment, like there was just a dumpster.
Right.
In the back.
Yeah.
That was just part of having the apartment.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's true. Interesting. Thank you, man, for coming on.
Yeah.
Guys, if you've made it this far, please like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Baker's going to be back next week. We do have new merch, guys. We haven't sold any merch in a while, so hop on that. We have, I honestly, I don't even know how many designs now. We have like 20-some designs.
I think this new design is supreme.
Ooh. I like what you did there. But yeah, get the Average AF box logo, tees and hoodies. Those are out now. We got the Bakerism hoodies. We got the King Baker, Lord of the
King
Dad
Baker.
Jokes. We got the sign language. We got the Cool Kids Only. We got a ton of cool stuff. We got the law offices of McElroy and Baker. In fine print it says, "We're not lawyers, nor do we care." So there's that. But yeah, there's a ton of stuff on there. There's a whole lot of Don't Give a Fuck hoodies. I think you have one of those, don't you?
I got one of those. Maroon.
The maroon, yep. The maroon one's fire. The purple one's fire, too. Justin had one of those. But yeah, guys, check that out. If you can't buy merch, I definitely understand. Try to hit up our Patreon. Just $1 a month. You can do $1 a month for a year subscription for like under $11 because you get 10% off. So it's like $11 for a year, one time. Hop on there, get some early releases, all that stuff. Support your boys. I think I just said this, but Baker will be back next week. Thank you again. We appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Peace.